Om Shanti and a very good evening to all our participants of SIT retreat. We are back with yet another refreshing topic, self-healing through right thinking. Am I audible to all? Just wanted to check before we proceed. Am I audible to all the participants? Can someone please unmute and help me?
Yes.
Yes.
All right. All right. Thank you so much. A very warm welcome to all our participants and a special welcome from the entire SIT team to our guest speaker for this evening, Brother Dr. Sachin Parab. Dr. Sachin Parab is an MBBS from Mumbai University with specialization in clinical research. He is a professional counselor and hypnotherapist, regular speaker for Peace of Mind channel with top rated weekend special program of Secrets of Ultimate Living. You can always watch this program on our channel called Peace of Mind, which has been aired in 40 countries of the world, has been on ETV Marathi for many years on spirituality and values related programs. He is the project director of Global Initiative of Tobacco Awareness. He's done several campaigns to make this country a tobacco-free country. He's a corporate trainer to various corporate sectors across India. He is the national coordinator of My India Addiction Free India campaign. Dr. Sachin is the joint secretary of medical wing of Raj Yoga Education and Research Foundation. He is the visiting faculty of training and development at BSES MG Hospital, Andheri, Mumbai, which is run by the Brahma Kumaris there. He is the facilitator for Vihasa, which stands for Values in Healthcare, a Spiritual Approach. It is an international program for healthcare practitioners. He's a consultant to the Indian pharmaceutical and clinical research organizations, practicing and teaching Raj Yoga since 23 years. He is the recipient of Maharashtra state level Mahatma Gandhi De-Addiction Award from Government of Maharashtra for giving services in the field of de-addiction. He is the recipient of Adarsh Doctor Award and Rotary Service Award. He is the author of short motivational book, Samasyaon Se Samadhan Tak. So we have a very wonderful speaker this evening with us who has lots of things to his credit. And we are very fortunate to have you, Dr. Sachin, with us for today's session. And I'm sure you will help us understand how to overcome stress with the right thinking and how we can actually heal ourselves by just focusing on our thoughts. And I'm sure you will define what right thinking is all about this evening. And welcome once again. Over to you.
Thank you very much, sister. Om Shanti and greetings to everyone. I have 1 hour to interact with you. So I will divide my session about 40 or 45 minutes into the theory about what is right thinking and what is healing. And then we'll have a short meditation followed by question and answers. So am I audible? Should I ask this question before?
Yes.
Am I audible? Okay. So I have PowerPoint with me, which will be shown by Sister Lavneet. Before starting PowerPoint, I would like to share with you why I selected this topic, self-healing through right thinking. We all are going through what is known as COVID crisis, not only in India, but all over the world. And being a professional counselor and many people watching my show on the television, they call me because the number is given at the base. So what I realized that people want help. The mental health has become a big challenge. people are having anxiety, depression because of various reasons. And relationships are also affected because husband and wife both are working from home, and there are challenges because of that. Then economical challenges are there, and so many other health related challenges. Fear of COVID-19, or once your family member has got COVID-19 and associated all those pandoras of illness. So what I'm saying, people want to meet the doctor, but they are not able to reach the hospital, or don't want to go to hospital because of certain reasons, because of fear of catching COVID. So many people are asking for exercises which they can practice at home. So there are definitely exercises which you can practice at home, and this is all science, a pure science. So I am requesting Lavneet's sister to start the PowerPoint presentation. Okay, so we are going through quickly. It is 1937. So it is the founding year of the Brahma Kumaris. It is 7 and 37. So next half an hour or so, I'll go through the presentation. This is my first slide about the healing system. See, unfortunately, in the medical colleges, all doctors are taught about all the system, nervous system, respiratory system, cardiovascular system, and all other systems which are there in our body. But we forget the most important system is the healing system. Our body is designed to heal, and this system is there inside all of us. And the way to mobilize this healing system is belief system. Belief system activates the healing system. And what is a belief? Belief is a thought. Belief is a thought in which you are invested for over a year, which has become automatic. Unfortunately, people have unhealthy beliefs which produce states of dis-eases. So in this session, we are going to see how we can activate this healing system. This I have taken from one very famous international bestseller book by the name of Anatomy of Illness. I will be giving a lot of references because I know I'm interacting with intellectual crowd who are fond of having references or scientific data. So this is written by Norman Cousins, who has healed himself from an incurable disease of ankylosing spondylitis, where the spine becomes like a bamboo and patient comes on the bed. And unfortunately, as per allopathy, this disease is incurable. Means patient has to live slowly, disease progresses, and patient's spine, that is neck and whole spine, becomes like a bamboo, and patient comes on the bed. So this gentleman, Norman Cousins, reached the final stage of the disease, and where doctors told him that you will die like this, but he challenged the belief of the doctor. And he said, I will die, but I will not die in the hospital. I want to die with a smile on my face. So he took a discharge from the hospital, went to the hotel, and then Charlie Chaplin and Laurel Hardy's comedy. He used to laugh a lot. Even he used to make nurses who used to come to give her injection laugh a lot. And because of laughter, unrestrained laughter and happiness, he could see that the requirement of painkiller for him has gone down. And he's the only gentleman who has cured himself of the disease. And then he has written this book, Anatomy of Illness. And this excerpt is taken from his book. So I'm talking about this healing system जो हम सबके अंदर है. We have all the painkillers, all the molecules inside us. This our body is a beautiful pharmacy which God has given to us. And now we have realized about 300 chemicals which are present in this body which you can heal. So little wonder how, I don't know how many of you have thought how sannyasis who are living in Himalayas with extreme temperature, how they could have survived. Possibly they were activating this healing system. And now we have a lot of data that this healing system can be activated by certain technique, and belief system is one of them. Next slide, please. See, the root cause we know now, it our thought. Not what unfortunately most of the people are doing, they are cutting at the branches. The branches are the symptoms which we are seeing. Like someone comes with anxiety or whatever reason, we give anti-anxiety, a drug to relieve the anxiety. We call alprazolam. There's so many of them. But unfortunately, what I'm seeing, you are cutting the branches. You go to the root cause where this anxiety is stemming from. The drugs are a great help for acute stage. थोड़े समय के लिए दवाइयाँ अच्छा है, but we have to go to the root cause, which are unfortunately negative thoughts. And these thoughts are automatic. They go on autopilot mode and they keep on creating these symptoms again and again. That's why I have seen in psychiatry, or all those people who come to me for counseling, especially with mind-related problem, that is stress-related, they keep on coming again and again with the same problem, or the problem keeps on changing. But the root is always, then the root is negative thoughts. Next. For IT people, this is very important to understand. Our brain is like a computer. It is always on. In the night, our brain is processing and storing all things. We think that certain parts of the brain are used for memories. For simplicity, I'm using this word of mind dump. There are things are dumped inside our mind, good, bad, and all those experiences. Next slide. Then how these feelings comes? Next slide. This is what, back. Yes. Just like bad odors sometimes drift from the garbage dump, which we are aware, and we become aware of the smell. And this is exactly what is happening. The garbage which is dumped inside us, in simple Indian language, we call it sanskar, and they send certain smells. In parlance of Brahma Kumaris, we use khushbudar phul, khushbu or badbu in Hindi we say. And this keeps on coming from our subconscious because of the memories which are stored there. And sometimes what happens, whatever patients I see, this smell or the feelings, they say, bar bar aa rahe hai. I'm feeling sad, I'm not feeling good, I'm feeling restless. These feelings are coming from what is stored inside. So you need to change the store. When your subconscious or stored is changed, then these thoughts will stop. Next. And this is where today's session aims at. Exactly what I'm talking to you now is a therapy which is very widely used and scientifically approved. Some of you must have heard about this therapy. This therapy, we call it CBT, right thinking in technical language, we call it CBT. CBT is a technical word we call cognitive behavioral therapy. Cognitive means thinking, behavior, and feelings. So cognitive behavioral therapy, in this slide, you can see thought leads to feelings and feeling leads to behavior, and they are all interrelated to each other. Now, how they are linked to each other, we are going to see in the next slide, please. See, this is an example I have given you, how thoughts creates the feeling and that leads to behavior. Morning, when you wake up, if the thoughts are, there is no point in waking up, I will only mess up again. If you create this thought in the morning, your feeling will be depressed and tired. फिर से वही office जाना है, same boss, same work. So you'll feel depressed and sad, tired. You will pull over covers and stay in the bed. That is the behavior. So thought has led to the feelings and which has led to the behavior, which reinforces the thought. So this is a cycle. We call this as a cognitive cycle. Unfortunately, what is happening in people who are suffering mental health problem or even diseases for that matter in the beginning, this cycle is running all the time and it is unconscious and automatic. It is unconscious and it is automatic. And we pay attention only to the feeling part of it. I'm not feeling good. I'm not feeling well. I'm disturbed. When you are disturbed, it means you are creating a thoughts of disturbance. Then only that feeling of disturbance or disease is there. We'll see by example. Next slide, please. See, one example I have given. Suppose you're traveling in a plane and there is a turbulence in the plane. So the thought comes, those who are, especially those who are traveling for the first time or in an area where turbulence is a lot of commonest thing. So the thoughts are, we might crash. Now the moment you create this thought with turbulence, we might crash. मैंने ऐसा turbulence कभी नहीं देखा, इतना suddenly plane हिल रहा है करके, and then you get that anxiety, your feelings are anxiety, 90%. And what your biology is saying? Biology is saying heart rate badega, you will have palpitation, you will have rapid breathing, difficult to breathe, and you will have choking sensation. Now this biology is created by the thoughts. So our thought creates our biology. Please understanding that. And then you look for reassurance all the time. So this is how thoughts, feelings, and biology are related. This is one example. Now you can connect this with other example, like suppose this is the COVID, and आप अगर office में जाते, I don't know whether you are working, most of you are working from home, but suppose you have thought कि अभी सब कंपनियां बंद हो रही है, all companies are closing down, people are asked to leave the company, they are not able to pay. If my company also closes down, this thought in the mind, my company closes down, or if I catch a COVID-19, or if my family member gets a thoughts, and imagine these thoughts are created by you. They are not automatic, but they come from your subconscious memory, your sanskars which you have created. The thoughts come, and then automatically the next cycle runs. Next slide. Commonly associated thoughts with commonly associated. I have taken only 3 scenarios: depression, anxiety, and anger, which are commonest cases which I see in my practice. So how people of depression, they think that I am worthless, there is no future, my future is bleak, and nothing will change. And these sorts of thoughts we call helpless, hopeless, and worthless syndrome. Depression is because of the thoughts we call helpless, no one can help me; hopeless, there is no hope in the future; and worthless, मेरे कोई value नहीं है, मैं कुछ नहीं कर सकता हूँ. These thoughts, if you repeat again and again in your mind, these repetitive thoughts, they create feelings of sadness and ultimately depression. Then how anxiety is created? Anxiety is created by the thought, I am in danger. Some terrible thing is going to happen and I can't cope with the situation. These thoughts come again and again. I am in danger. कुछ तो बुरा होने वाला है. Something bad is going to happen and I can't handle the situation. And that fear comes along with that. Now, how anger or associated feelings comes when you have thoughts like, I have been disrespected. It's unfair. I can't stand for it. All these thoughts create and escalate your anger. I have seen, unfortunately, many psychosis. Psychosis is a major mental disorder. It presents as anger. Anger can be a sign of psychotic disorder. Unfortunately, people feel that ये बहुत गुस्सा करता है, ये बार-बार गुस्सा करता है, और ये unrealistic गुस्सा है, इसका गुस्सा और his anger is out of proportion. When the anger is out of proportion, illogical, irrational, then we say that it can be a sign of psychosis, a major mental disorder. It is not just anger, there is underlying something. So there are thoughts behind the disease. Please understand this. There are thoughts behind disease. It is the thoughts which create the disease. This I am telling you again and again. And now this therapy which we are talking about, right thinking, is about creating the right thoughts to change these patterns which have become automatic. And how these automatic thoughts work, we'll see next slide. And these are the commonest 10 types of wrong thinking, which is opposite to right thinking. In technical language, we use the word cognitive distortions. So it is a distorted view of the situations, distorted view about the self, about the others, and about the situation or a world view. And these people have this out of 10, एक तो होता है. I cannot take 10 because taking 10 is a full session. It's altogether a different session. This thinking, commonest wrong thinking, are at the root of our suffering. And if a person with the help of practitioner, like we help candidates who come to us for counseling, we help people to find out their commonest wrong thinking. And we ask them to replace this wrong thinking with the right thought, or rational and realistic thought. I will give you an example. There are many examples, but the commonest which I will give you, especially for people who are having anxiety. Let's say anxiety, which is very common. So third commonest wrong thinking, if you are seeing, is magnification. Magnification means what? These people are going everywhere with a convex lens in their hand. You know what convex lens does? Convex lens magnifies the thing. In Hindi we say छोटी बात को बड़ा करना या बड़ी को छोटा करना अपने हाथ में है. Unfortunately, these people with cognitive distortion, seeing everything in catastrophic way. We call this also catastrophizing. If they have, for example, I'll give you an example. If they have a throat pain, simple throat pain, then the thought they will have, अच्छा मुझे throat pain है, I have a throat pain. Is it a cancer? Is it a beginning of cancer? If I get a cancer in the throat, what will happen? There will be swelling in my throat. I won't be able to eat, swallow, or I won't be able to breathe. So I'll be choked up to death and I will be dead. Now this thought of a throat pain is converted or catastrophized into a choking death. This we call magnification. And some people are very good at magnifying the things, especially negative things. You can magnify a positive thing also, but that will take you to the ego trip also. Ideally, you should have a balanced way or realistic approach. For magnification, I have given one example. Second example which I will use is that of the next slot is jumping to conclusion. Now, this is also a cause of suffering, especially in relationships. Now, the problem with these people, when two people are talking, this person thinks that they are talking about me. This is suspicious nature. Or if someone comes late, your partner comes late, or someone talks something, they jump to conclusions without adequate fact and label things negatively. This is also wrong thinking. Or if you take at the second point, always thinking. Always thinking is like generalizing thing. Some people I have seen कि हमेशा मेरे साथ ऐसा ही होता है. I always get this kind of people. I always get such bosses, or my colleagues are always like that. This always mentality people are also suffering. Then there are people like fortune telling. This is also a typical personality, fortune telling. So all these things are there. Should thinking, noting. Noting is a typical word. Noting means when you try to avoid certain things, you get attracted towards it. This is very typical. So all these commonest wrong thinkings, ultimately, they take your ease away from you and you go in a state of what is known as dis-ease. So these automatic patterns, these thoughts we call ants, A-N-T. Ants is automatic negative thoughts. And if these automatic negative thoughts are repeated constantly in your mind over a period of days and weeks and months, then corresponding your neurochemistry or the chemistry of your body changes, and accordingly, it creates a disease in particular organ. It depends on the intensity and severity of these thoughts which are created in your mind. These are the commonest cognitive distortions. Next slide. Now, how we help these people? We help these people by this right thinking chart. We ask them about their commonest belief about the areas in which they have problems. Suppose they have problem with self-esteem or problem with the self. We ask them what are their thoughts about the self, commonest thoughts. Yeah, I am a good person, I am a bad person, I am not good at this, or I am worthless, as I said. Write down those wrong thinkings and then consequent feeling associated with wrong thinking. And then once you have identified wrong thinking and the feelings associated with, then we ask them or we tell them, because it's difficult to find in the beginning for these people who do not have healthy self-esteem to find these right thoughts. And then logically we tell them why it is right. And then those right thoughts are written. and then feelings associated with right thoughts. So over a period of time, this person learns to identify the automatic negative thoughts which are going inside his head all the time in particular situation about the self, others, and the worldview and the relationships. Like in relationships, I have seen when the people come to me with problems with relationship, the automatic negative thoughts are all people are selfish. All are selfish. लोग सिर्फ अपने बारे में ही सोचते, दूसरों के बारे में सोचते नहीं. They do not think of others. They are all selfish. And you cannot have faith in others. Do not trust others. Sometimes one incident has happened and this person has generalized the thing. All people are like that. So the feelings associated with that, there will be fear. You will not be able to talk. You will be afraid of talking to people. Then right thinking and then feelings and then repeating this right thinking. Then if you practice this right thoughts over a period of weeks, days, then you can see your pattern can be changed. And this is what is documented in the studies, that if you frequently repeat these right thoughts, right is not exaggerated thoughts. See, I have used the word right thinking. I have not used the word positive thinking. I have not used the word positive thinking. See what happens, positive thinking is a good thing, but positive thinking has to be realistic thinking. And we need realistic positive thinkers. What is realistic positive thinker, or in other words, right thinkers are, if there is a problem, there can be problems, especially in COVID times. If there are problem and the problem is 40%, the cognitive distorters or a person with wrong thinking will say 70-80% problem, मैं तो खत्म हो गया है ना, I am destroyed, मेरा कुछ नहीं रहे हो सकता अभी. That is magnifying. 40% problem, you have made it 80-90%. Now what positive thinkers do? When the problem is 40%, they'll say नहीं कुछ नहीं है, कुछ नहीं है, कुछ नहीं है. कुछ नहीं is what? There is a problem and you are saying कुछ नहीं है. What positive thinker people they do is try to minimize. See, minimizing is a different thing, but 40% को आप 10% या 0% नहीं कर सकते. You cannot make a 40% problem as 10% or 0%. That won't be a realistic thinking. So what right thinking is there? When there is a problem, you say, yes, there is a problem, but the problem is 40%. It is neither 80%, neither 20%. It's a 40% problem, but I can manage it. So this is realistic thinking, so that you can work on that situation. Next slide, please. See, these are my commonest affirmations. These thoughts help me every day. There are certain others also, for example, and these are all tested and time tested by people, thousands of people all over the world. These are my thoughts for the healing. Whenever difficult situation comes, my first 2 thoughts or 3 thoughts are there. Everything happens for the highest good. This is a neutral thought. Out of every situation, only good comes out. I'm safe and secure. See, whenever a difficult situation comes, first thing is you have insecurity and you feel unsafe. Out of every situation, only good comes out. I am safe and secure. Now you are adding spirituality to it. I am divinely guided at all the time, and whatever I need to know is revealed to me. Whatever need to have is given to me. My healing is already in process, and day by day I'm getting better and better. Day by day I'm feeling better and better. So these thoughts, if you quickly run in your mind, your feelings are going to change from feelings of fear, insecurity, to feelings of certainty, or at least patience, which is the need of the hour. And these thoughts, they create certain neurotransmitters in your brain and your situation changes. You are not just thinking like that, you are acting on those thoughts. So these are my personal affirmations, and last 2 thoughts, day by day I'm getting better and better. Day by day I'm feeling better and better. These thoughts are used by a very famous French psychologist who has healed thousands of people by putting these thoughts in their subconscious mind. Day by day, I'm getting better and better. Day by day, I'm feeling better and better. And the physiology has changed. So these are time-tested thoughts. You have to give this suggestion and generate those feelings inside you. It is the feelings which creates the biology. Next. Now this has been tested. I don't know, you many people must have heard or about this book. This is book written by a Japanese scholar who has done a lot of research, Dr. Emoto, Masaru Emoto. And he has written this book of messages from water. He has done very interesting experiment. Next slide. What you can see in this slide is, these are the crystals photograph he has taken after giving positive energy to the waters of the lake of the Japan. When they are given this energy, these crystals are formed, and these crystals are beautifully shaped. Then what he did, next slide, he gave negative energy to certain things, and he could see a different crystals. A negative thought, you make me sick. You know, the shape of that water crystal had changed. And then next, the most powerful result he has seen with thank you. No wonder that thank you is the greatest prayer. There are a lot of studies now available on gratitude. Gratitude changes your entire physiology. The most powerful emotion for feeling positive is be grateful at all the time. If you remember one quotation can change your life. And the quotation which has changed my life is, if you are grateful at all the times, it is impossible to feel negative. Impossible to feel negative if you are grateful at all the time. You cannot. See, gratitude and negativity do not stay together. You have to be grateful at all the times. You are already blessed. Unfortunately, we are not experiencing bliss in the moment is because we are focusing on what we don't have and we forget what we have. We already have so many things. So these thoughts, if you generate within, your entire body chemistry changes. You say how it is related with health? It is absolute science. It is absolute health science, and is a wonderful discovery which was ancient Indian practice. What was the practice? Before every food, we used to offer water, and we used to offer water as prasad to everyone. And we used to call this holy water, which is absolutely fine, absolutely correct theory, which is proved by Japanese scientists. Now, why it is related with health? Because our body is 70% water, 70% water. And all those chemicals which are there in our body are floating in that water. And this water, the ancient Rishi Munis used to call this Amrit. Hamare andar Amrut hai. They used to call it Amrut. Or the nectar is getting released when they sit in meditation. This nectar is nothing but the neurotransmitters, which modern medicine says that this neurotransmitter helps you in healing. Now, how this is formed? So there is a generator here in the center of your forehead, or you can say in the mind. You are generating constantly certain vibes, and these vibes are deciding the chemistry. And this is hard fact now, that with positive thoughts, you can change the chemistry. See, nowadays, when a patient comes to us for depression, what doctors are saying, allopathic doctor, there is imbalance in the neurotransmitter of the brain, serotonin. This neurotransmitter is reduced, or noradrenaline. These neurotransmitters reduce, so you go into depression. What antidepressant drugs they do? They increase this neurotransmitter in your brain. Once your neurotransmitter are increased, you feel good and you are healed. Now this we can do on our own self by generating consciously these thoughts. So I have given you the example of right thinking. I know it is challenging. It is not easy, especially if you are practicing negative thinking for over a period of years. You cannot overnight or over a period of few days, you cannot change that pattern, because that pattern has gone deep within. We call belief. And it takes time for a person to change. But if you practice regularly, in alpha state of mind, if you practice regularly, you can change your, I think my time is over. Few slides are there which I would like to show.
There is half an hour left, brother. We are just
Okay.
halfway through. You have
Yeah.
time.
Just show my next slide. This is the projection which I am showing. This is not my projection, it's the World Bank's projection. If the way we are living, 76% people will die from non-communicable disease, which are heart attack, diabetes, stroke, cancer, and neuropsychiatric disease. Neuropsychiatric is depression and mental disorder. This was projection long back. So now it must have crossed and COVID is added to it, like infectious disease is also there. But all this can be prevented by changing our thoughts. Next slide. And this is what I show this slide on International Yoga Day on 21st. I have various session on International Yoga Day. This is what we have seen, a wonderful research done by the scientists. This is what happens in a stress and what happens in the meditation, yoga, relaxation response. So all the parameters which are increased in stress response, like your heart, blood pressure, respiration, metabolism, bad cholesterol, they all are reduced with the yoga response or with the right thinking pattern. Next. And these are the brainwave pattern. Normally we are in beta stage. As we start relaxing, we go from alpha, theta, and delta. Delta is the deep sleep or deepest part of relaxation, where our brain frequency is 0.5 to 3.5 cycles per second. Normally our brain is 13.1 to 28 cycles per second. And if you are hyper, this also frequency increases. But as you start relaxing from alpha, theta, and delta, your frequency goes down. And that stage, if you see properly, that we call hypometabolic wakefulness. That is a technical word, but in other word, simple is sleep. That's why sleep is very restoring or rejuvenating. And those who are meditators, it is seen that their body is sleeping, but they are awake. We call restful awareness. The word used by the scientists is restful awareness. Their body is resting, but they are highly aware about it. And this state can be achieved with practice. Whatever right thoughts or affirmations which I have given, they work if we start using them from alpha stage. Alpha stage, if we start giving those affirmations, they go deep down within ourselves and they change the brain chemistry. I have used these alpha stage affirmations in many of my addicts, which are very difficult to change. The habits of the addictions are very difficult to change. But with alpha stage and higher stages of meditation, that is more they relax and give this suggestion, their body chemistry is changing and they can overcome the addiction. Next slide. Now, there are a lot of studies when you do this right thinking with visualization. I have quoted 2 studies. Next. This one study is about recurrent abdominal pain in children. Many families or mothers especially used to come with children having recurrent abdominal pain. And these children are given certain visualization. And with visualization, they could reduce the pain of their abdomen. And next is one more study. This study was done on smoking cessation. Through imagery, just visualizing that you're feeling relaxed and light, the same feeling which you are getting after smoking. With good visualization, they can reduce the smoking, and this was also practiced. So visualization is also playing a good role. What I typically do is I give affirmation with certain visualization. So if patients are able to combine visualization and affirmation, they get fantastic result. Next. This is a lady who has done a favor on entire world, I would say. She was suffering from what is known as cervical cancer. And her doctors told her that she needs to be operated, but she refused the operation. She did some diet modification and did a lot of forgiveness therapy. And she has cured her cancer just by changing her thought patterns. And she has done a great work by writing this book known as You Can Heal Your Life. This book has broken all the records, translated in 40 languages of the world. And the best part of this book is she has given a thought for every disease. This thought will create this disease, and this thought will heal this disease. That is the beauty of it. And a lot of workshops are taken based on this book. So I advise you to read this book. And this lady has changed her disease by changing her thoughts frequencies. And she has mentioned about it in this book. She has defeated her cancer by changing her thoughts. Next slide. And this is the second person who has done a miracle. His name is Norman Cousins. He was a journalist suffering from incurable disease of ankylosing spondylitis. I don't know how many of you have heard about ankylosing. It's an incurable disease when your spine, cervical and lumbar, and it becomes like a bamboo. It is rigid and fixed. Slowly patient comes on the bed and the patient dies. He was in the last stage of ankylosing spondylitis, last stage. And this gentleman has survived ankylosing spondylitis. He healed his disease by laughter as a therapy. So these people, by changing their patterns, have healed themselves. Next. And she's one more miracle, I would say, challenge the beliefs that paralysis children cannot run. She was 28 of the 22 children contracted double pneumonia, scarlet fever, and early age of her life, her left leg was paralyzed. At the age of 9 years, she removed her leg braces with which she was walking, and she started walking without the leg braces. At 13, imagine at the 13, in India, 13 is 6th or 7th standard, she decided to become a runner, but kept on falling miserably because she had that paralysis in all races that she entered in. She kept on trying with her positive thought in spite of several detractions, and finally she started winning every race. That was the confidence by changing her thoughts. And who is she? This lady has won the 3 gold medals in Olympic, and her name is Wilma Rudolph. This is only possible if you can change your thought. And the most powerful thought is a determined positive thought. If you are determined positive thought, it can change your entire chemistry. Next. Something about emotions, because emotions also helps in healing. It's very difficult at times for people to differentiate between feelings and emotions, because emotions comes in a motion and they take over that we forget to. They are automatic. We'll see certain studies first. Next. Anger is a very typical emotions. कई लोग बोलते हैं वैसे तो मैं ठीक होता हूँ लेकिन मेरे को गुस्सा आता है कभी-कभी. You know, anger is the most common emotion prior to the heart attack. Next. If you have a heart attack and you get angry, then your pumping efficiency is reduced 7%. Angry people have highest blockages in their heart arteries, which I have seen in our studies also on angry patient. Chronically hostile people have more chances of dying early than non-hostile people. So anger is known to damage. The thoughts of anger are known to damage your system. Next. Now, opposite is TLC, tender love care. Love is known to improve your immunity. Keep on pressing. Isolated people are more susceptible to illness. Those, especially those who are staying alone and not feeling that love. And caring for others is known to boost your immune system. Next. There is a study done by scientists when they showed a movie of a saint to the 2 groups. One was violence and one was a saint. And what they saw, those who saw the movie of loving care taken by the saints, they had good immunity compared to those who saw violent movie. So love, even watching that positive love also boosts your immunity. Next. And this is what we are seeing now. If you practice certain techniques, this is the chromosome in our blood. This is all scientific study. The chromosome has a tip we call telomere. And this telomere is related with the aging. With stress and tension, this telomere length goes down. And with relaxation and meditation, this telomere length of the chromosome increases and your lifespan also increases. So these are the studies which shows that relaxation and positive thoughts, right thoughts help you. Next. Many people are praying, but meditation is different than praying. Meditation means you listen to the God and receive energy from the God. Next. See, he is the greatest scientist with whom I have worked. He was director of Defense Institute of Physiology and Allied Science. Later on, he became chief of DRDO, where Dr. Abdul Kalam was working. He came to the position of Abdul Kalam. I had opportunity to interact with him when he used to come to Mount Abu, where I was working in certain research. And he has given beautiful definition. He said, communion of inner light with the supreme light. It's like charging your batteries. Next. And this is what I have seen. Unfortunately, today's research is totally focused on all the system, physical bodies or the matter. Whereas we forget that we are being. We are not just human. We are human with being. And the focus is on humus, which is soil. Being is the energy. And this is our original nature. And the more you churn about this being part rather than the humus part, your positive energy is activated. And this is what we do in meditation. And this is what we activate when we keep on pressing. One more. These are the negatives in our sound. These are the positive. This central part, which is shining, it is our original stage. We call supra-conscious. This is what we who are originally. We are originally very powerful being. As we start practicing, slowly our positivity increases so much that we realize that we are originally very nice gentlemen. We are very nice people. We are filled with positivity. This is a realization. You cannot have that state unless you realize this. And the way to realize is practicing those right thoughts over a period of years. If you read Louise Hay's book, she has very nicely, she has nowhere used the word spirituality. But ultimately what she is talking about is supraconscious, which is activated when you practice certain thoughts over a period of days to weeks. Next. And this is a scientific proof. We have given, this is a study in which I have worked. I was part of the team. This is the blockage. This is the #1 killer nowadays. On left side, you can see 90% block. And right side, that block is open. This is one slide. This is Deen Dayal patient, 52-year-old. This was 2 double block patients, Suman. Block, they open after the meditation on the right side. See, before and after, you're seeing the angiography picture. Next. And this is, back. This is 100% block. This was Panchal was a great, is 100% block. It's a typical case for bypass surgery. But person could not go bypass because of certain reasons. He came to us and we gave him certain energy and positive thoughts. And see, he opened his artery without any bypass. And these are the hard facts we have evaluated. Through meditation and right thinking, we could open his hearts. These people are able to open their heart and mind in certain sessions in which we practice. So what I have seen with meditation is next slide. That elicits relaxation response, increases willpower, and the most important is belief system. See, in the first slide I mentioned everything comes from the root, and the root is belief. And if the belief is changed that I am a positive, powerful being, who is originally very positive, then your entire system, your conflicts are resolved, your decision power is improved, and you feel a blissful state. Next. And this can be practiced by any person from any age, sex, whether you believe in God or you don't believe in God, you have to sit and practice these thoughts. I have seen it works wonderfully well. I have many people who do not believe in God, but when they come to me and when they practice this meditation, I have seen miraculous transformation in them. I am also a classical case who did not believe in God, but when I started practicing, I had those experiences and I believed my experiences. So I will stop here, just minimize the presentation. Let me give you a brief. In these slides, what I have shown you is that we create our disease by unconsciously generating thoughts. The first stage of self-healing is become aware of your pattern, become aware of your wrong thinking. When you become aware gently under guidance, you change those negative thought into right thoughts and keep on repeating those thoughts at the alpha level of meditation, alpha, theta, and delta, and keep on generating those positive feelings. When you are able to generate those positive feelings, your entire body chemistry changes and it starts healing. So this is known as healing through right thinking. And this right thinking initially will take help from us. You just can't repeat it like mantra. Don't repeat it like mantra. Many people do it like mantra, like Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya. They say, I'm very good, I'm very good, I'm positive. They are not going to help. They are not going to help. You have to use realistic and right thoughts which are accepted by your intellect. If the thoughts are not accepted, you are not going to see. And if you are not that alpha stage, those thoughts are not going to go in your subconscious mind and the transformation will not be seen. So when I give certain thoughts, the example of certain thoughts which I have given you, if you keep on practicing those thoughts over a period of days, you can see that your chemistry is changing. And I have seen only 20 minutes in the morning when you get up and before going to the bed, because that time our subconscious mind is active, and in the daytime one or twice, if you practice this over a period of days, it becomes your belief systems, and belief creates your biology. And this is what I have seen over a period of years, and people have helped themselves by practicing this. There are queries which have come, people who are taking, I don't advise anyone to stop medication immediately. Meditations are stopped only when there is improvement. Medicines are stopped only when there is improvement. We give certain guidance, we give certain counseling, and patient has to practice that. So with the regular practice, patient himself or herself will feel the improvement and then will slow down and relax the dose of the drugs, and then it might stop. Especially this happens in anxiety. I have a lot of cases, people who are not getting sleep in the night, or people who are having depression, they have stopped. For psychosis, it is tough because psychosis is a major disorder. Nevertheless, with regular practice, if it was violent psychosis, the person is angry, agitated, it has come down under control. But one has to practice under guidance for a long time. Okay, thank you very much. If you have any questions, you can ask, or we'll practice something, some meditation.
Thank you, brother. If any participants would like to ask any questions, can please unmute yourself, or you can always write in the chat box.
Yes, please. Surya Prasad.
There is a query that is there any book you would like to recommend as to understand how to practice thoughts?
See, there are many books which are available in the market, but regarding this right thinking which I talked about, a doctor from abroad who was getting regularly patients of anxiety and depression, he realized these are the commonest cognitive distortion. So he was counseling every patient. He was fed up ki har ek ko kitne baar samjhaye. So what he thought of writing the book which he was talking, and this book has also broken all the record, and the name of book is Feeling Good. The name of book is Feeling Good. And this is written in a language, a lucid language, which people can understand with the case studies. A patient of depression, how he thinks. A patient of anxiety, how he thinks. A patient of insomnia, how he thinks. And what are the cognitive distortions or the wrong thinking, and how these patterns can be changed. So this book, Feeling Good by David Burns, he's a psychiatrist, has written a book. If you keep on reading these books, you have helped. Many people have helped themselves even just by reading the book.
Please unmute Sachin, right? Yes, brother.
Brother,
I would advise, don't stop your medicines without doctor's prescription, number one. Don't do anything without guidance, because you may not perceive the same things easily. We can help you in helping. You can call me at any time. My number will be given to you, all those who need help. Yes, any question?
yeah, brother, I need a counseling one-to-one. When should I contact?
Yeah, the sister will give you the number. Anyone else?
Okay.
Yes,
Thank you.
I suggest that you please leave your contact number in the chat box, brother. We will come back to you.
Okay, okay.
Okay, I will give the contact.
Yeah.
ब्रदर
हेलो सर।
हाँ बोलो।
हाँ भाई, मुझे आपका नंबर और एड्रेस चाहिए। मेरे बेटे को आपके पास लाना है मुझे। मेरा बेटा 24 इयर्स का है। मैं मुलुंड में रहती हूँ और वो ज्यादा टाइम से डिप्रेशन में है, नहीं तो भी बोले तो 7-8 साल हो गया। और पहले तो बहुत ही गुस्सा करता था, अभी थोड़ा गुस्सा बहुत कम हो गया है। वो मैं राजयोगा मेडिटेशन में करती हूँ, वो सुबह सुबह 4 बजे उठ के और पानी
ओके, ठीक है।
उसको काफी कम हो गया, लेकिन फिर भी मुझे ऐसा लग रहा है कि वो शायद कुछ गलत चीज ले रहा है, ऐसा मुझे लग रहा है। तो मुझे आपके पास लाना है।
ओके, एनीवन एल्स?
और सर वो आने को तैयार नहीं है, तो डॉक्टर दवाई वगैरह देते तो दवाई लेने को तैयार नहीं है। तो मेडिसिन में नहीं लूंगा।
I know this is very common problem with psychiatric patient. We call this denial. Denial is जब हम उनको कहते हैं, वो कहते हैं मैं थोड़ी पागल हूँ, तुम लोग ही पागल है, तुमको ही दवाई की जरूरत है. You need medicine. I don't need any medicine. This is a very typical situation I have seen with psychiatric problem. You need to have patience. I can understand your anxiety. Any other?
Sister, I shared my contact number over the chat.
Yes, it's noted. Thank you.
Yeah, okay, thank you. Please schedule the one-to-one with brother.
Sure, we'll come back to you on this, brother.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Just one question, brother. करिश्मा बोल रही हूँ मैं। हम हमेशा सोचते हैं मेडिटेशन करना है, बैठना, जब माइंड बहुत डिस्टर्ब होता है, बट उस पर्टिकुलर टाइम पे हमारा मन ही नहीं करता है कि हम बैठे, जब माइंड में बहुत नेगेटिव थिंकिंग चल रही होती है। हमें पता है कि मेडिटेशन करना है या ध्यान करना है, पॉजिटिव सोचना है, बट जब नेगेटिव चीज है, थॉट्स आ रहे हैं दिमाग में, माइंड डिस्ट्रैक्ट हो रहा है, हम फोकस नहीं कर पाते हैं, दिमाग वहीं घूमता है। तो उस टाइम पे हमें क्या सोचना चाहिए कि हम मेडिटेशन करने बैठ जाएं?
Okay, that's a very good question. It's like a patient is saying मैं बीमार हूँ लेकिन डॉक्टर के पास नहीं जाना चाहता और मैं दवाई नहीं लेना चाहता हूँ. I am sick. I know that I should take medicine, but I don't want to take medicine. So this is a very good question. When you are not able to take yourself out of that, yes, उस समय आपकी एनर्जी आपको लिफ्ट नहीं कर रही है. This happens typically. See, I am myself practicing meditation since 26 years. And being a bachelor and with all those plus minuses which goes with bachelor life, I know what happens, especially when you have to prepare your own food, you have to wash your clothes, you have to do 12 hours duty, and with all those expectations from others you have. So this stage comes, agar aisi avastha hai, if such situation comes in your life, you are not able to take out from yourself, then take help of someone, talk to someone. That is of very important. You need to talk to someone, or you need to go to someone with good energy, because many times such stage comes where we are not able to take out of the situation ourselves. You need help from someone. Talk to someone, you will feel good. If you want certain affirmations for such situation, I can send you certain affirmations. But ऐसे नहीं आग लगने के बाद आप फायर फाइटर को नहीं ढूंढो. आग लगे ही नहीं, उसकी तैयारी पहले से ही करो. Because जब आग लगे ना, उस समय बचाना बहुत मुश्किल होता है. It spreads like anything. You need to prepare. This is the beauty of meditation. It prepares you in advance before the situation. कि situation आने के बाद आप कुछ नहीं करेंगे, जो आपने किया है वही काम करेगा. It will be autopilot mode in that situation. So अगर जो मैंने slide दिखाई थी, if you remember, that smell comes from the dustbin, because that is dumped inside. जो अंदर है वही बाहर आ रहा है. अगर बाहर कुछ अच्छा नहीं आ रहा है, you need someone else to take you out of that. You are not able to take you out of that situation. Having said this, There are certain exercises or affirmations if you practice in alpha stage, which will help you, which I can send you on your number. Okay?
Brother, hi, this is Ratna from Hyderabad. I have something to add. आपने जो अभी बताया right कि अभी किसी सिस्टर ने पूछा कि अगर थॉट्स नेगेटिव आ रहे हैं तो हम क्या करें, तो जनरली मैं जो प्रैक्टिस कर रही हूँ वो आपसे शेयर करना चाहती हूँ. मैं क्या करती हूँ, व्हेन आई नो दैट यू नो दिस इज समथिंग, मुझे ये ठीक नहीं लग रहा है, तो मैं क्या करती हूँ ना, मैं स्विच करती हूँ टॉपिक को. आई स्विच टॉपिक टू समथिंग which I like. Say for example, I like spending time with nature, plantation, या फिर पौधों को पानी देना, या फिर listening to music, or just ringing to someone you know I haven't spoken. तो like switch over कर देती हूँ ताकि thoughts वहां से disconnect हो जाए और वो किसी और पटरी पे चढ़ जाए. So मैं अपने ही आप ऐसे thoughts का ना track change कर देती हूँ, and that helps. In case if this helps to many other also, they can try it.
Yeah, good. That's what I have suggested.
Yeah.
Two things: talking to someone and taking company of someone, because you are not able to generate. But her question was, I know that I have to do this, but still I am not doing it. ऐसे नहीं कि उसको पता नहीं है, उसको पता है पर वो करना नहीं चाहती उस समय. She doesn't want to do it. That is also a stage. This we call a very high stage. I don't want to use the word, but the word is self-harming. These people feel good after harming themselves. This is unfortunate part. A certain personality, this we call self-harming person. उसको पता है ऐसा करने से उसका दुख बढ़ेगा, वो consciously करते हैं. So ऐसे लोगों को they are not able to come out. They don't want to. Why people commit suicide? Imagine, because they want that suffering and they want escape. Maybe they are saying they want to escape. They want punishment. This is self-punishing behavior. I don't want to go in detail of psychiatry, but what you are saying is correct. If you are able to do all these switches, very good. Give these switches to others also. Thank you very much.
Yes. Anybody else before we request brother to conclude our session with few minutes of meditation? We can take one more last question.
I have one question, brother.
Yeah.
भाई मुझे एक बात पूछ.
आजकल हम देखते हैं कि इंटरनेट पे बहुत इंफॉर्मेशन अवेलेबल है, सो यानी हम राइट इंफॉर्मेशन कैसे चूज करें? कभी कभी ओवरवेलमिंग रहता है और कॉन्सेंट्रेट नहीं कर सकते हमारे को.
इंटरनेट पे बहुत सारी चीजें अवेलेबल है, सो आई हैव नॉट अंडरस्टूड योर क्वेश्चन.
तो information ball, sir. Some feels like overwhelming when we watch video and all. So how we can particular
Sarangji, your voice is breaking. If you can put it in the chat box, that would be better. Maybe we can understand and answer it later.
What
your voice is breaking.
What I have understood कि वो कह रहा है इंटरनेट पे बहुत सारी अच्छी दवाई है, हमें कौन सी दवाई खाऊं और कौन सी नहीं खाऊं ऐसा लगता है, ये भी खाऊं वो भी खाऊं वो भी खाऊं. So what I would say is that सभी दवाइयाँ अच्छा है, जो आपको अच्छी लगती वही खाओ. ज्यादा दवाई खाने से अब जल्दी ठीक हो जाएंगे ऐसा नहीं है. One at a time. कोई भी एक करो, अच्छी तरह से करो. You know, in the quotes of Bruce Lee, बहुत अच्छा ब्रूसली ने कहा कि, या फिर जैसे इन इंडियन स्पिरिचुअलिटी की 50 जगह पे एक फुट खड्डा खोदने से पानी नहीं लगेगा, एक ही जगह पे 50 फुट जाना चाहिए. डेवलप मास्टरी इन वन थिंग, है ना. That is what Bruce Lee said. I am not afraid about the 1000 move. I am afraid about that one move which is practiced 1000 times from the opponent. So practice only one move, but master it. है ना, वो मूव मास्टरी में जाना चाहिए, तब आपके अंदर शक्ति बनेगी. तब तक शक्ति नहीं बनेगी. आप मल्टीपल चीजें करने जाते हैं, आज इस डॉक्टर के पास गए, कल उस डॉक्टर के पास गए, परसों उस डॉक्टर के पास गए, कोई दवाई काम नहीं करेगा. एंड अल्टीमेटली यू विल लैंड अप एज अ कंफ्यूज्ड मास ऑफ प्रोटोप्लाज्म.
Yes. Thank you so much, brother. And now I would request you to please guide us through by conducting meditation for all of us. And I suggest all of you please keep your audios and audio on mute so that it is not a disturbance to other participants. for a few seconds. If you could sit back and sit a little upright and straight, that would be helpful.
Can I have a small...
And please, sorry to interrupt, there are a few important announcements towards the end, so I would suggest that you all stay with us towards the end so that you don't miss out these announcements. Thank you. Over to you, brother.
Yeah, I want soft background music if it is possible. I don't know, Lavneet is ready with that music. I forgot to tell her. If she has, it's okay. If it doesn't have, that is also fine. Okay, just 1 minute. Okay, sit comfortably wherever you are. Allow your body and mind to relax. Allow it, don't force it to relax. Your natural stage is that of relaxation. Allow it to slow down. Take deep breath. From head to the toe, your entire body is going in a state of deep relaxation. Feel the tension around your eyes, eyeballs and eyes. Allow the muscles surrounding your eyes to relax. Relax the muscles around your eyes. The area around your eyes is also relaxed. From head to the toe, your entire body is going in a state of deep relaxation. I will use the numbers from 10 to 1 in reverse order. As I come from 10 to 1, we will go in deeper and deeper states of relaxation. 10, 9, 8, we are going in deeper and deeper states of relaxation. 7, 6, 5, your body is relaxing. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Your entire body is relaxed. Now visualize a brilliant white light shining inside your body. There is a source of divine light inside you. And this light is spreading throughout your body. From your head to the neck, your both upper legs, lower legs, chest and abdomen, your entire back. Your whole body is filled with this divine light, a peaceful light. You are really very, very calm. Your healing is already in process. All the negative energy is getting washed away from your body. You're feeling very light and peaceful. Every cell of your body is getting detoxified, and your every cell is becoming pure, radiating light. This is your original nature. You're feeling very light and peaceful. You are divinely guided at all the time. Calm and peaceful. You are free. Slowly, without moving your body, come to the original state. Feel your feet on the ground and your hands on the lap. Open your eyes and feel your environment and relax. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Brother Sachin, for this wonderful, insightful session. And I'm sure all the participants have benefited with your words of wisdom. And we are getting very good feedback from all the participants in the chat box. I suggest that we will leave a link in our chat box. Those who wish to send in your feedback, and there's a polling request also from all of you. You can see a button on your screen. If you found this session excellent, good, fair, satisfied, you can click on the button as suggested, and this would help us to improve in the future coming sessions. And there is a feedback link shared in the chat box as well, which is a little elaborate one where you can write your feelings about the session, and you can always suggest a topic of your choice in the link shared in the chat box. And plus, for your information, this session has been recorded, and we will be sharing the YouTube link with all the registered participants via email by tomorrow morning. And those who have not registered for this event, but they wish to have the YouTube link, can please leave your email ID in the chat box. We will separately mail it to you, and you can always watch it later. And one more announcement is that, once again, the feedback form and yes, the YouTube link. And as you all know, that every second Saturday of the month, we have been conducting such programs exclusively for IT professionals. So we would wish to see you once again in the next month's session, which is the second Saturday of the month. Until then, take care, stay safe, and do keep reflecting on these positive thoughts shared today. One more suggestion is, or one more announcement is that those who wish to get daily messages via WhatsApp, we have a group of people whom we've been sharing positive thoughts to start your day. These are very meaningful, very short, brief thoughts, which has made a lot of difference in the lives of hundreds of people in the past. If you're really interested, you can you can see the number in the chat box, which we will be typing now, and you can WhatsApp at that number that you wish to receive these daily messages, and you shall be added in the group. So thank you all for joining, and it was a pleasure to have you all, and a big thank you from the entire team to Brother Dr. Sachin Parab, for taking out your valuable time. I understand that you are very, very busy with your, as you are a practicing doctor, you are treating COVID patients, you are taking many sessions, you're into teaching also. So I know your day is very, very full, but thank you for taking time out for all of us. You will see the number which Sister Lavneet has shared. And if you wish to have the daily thoughts, you can always type a message that I want to have, and you will get it. The number is 988-55-69163.